In this video, I will go over the Input Data tool from the In/Out tab. The primary purpose of this tool is to read your data into the workflow, and there's a few ways to do that. First way is you can just simply drag this tool onto the canvas, hit Set up a connection, and find your file from there. The way I like to do it is I just find the file in question on my desktop and drag it onto the canvas. That way all of the data is auto-populated. I've got my file path here as well as a preview of the data. In this video, I'm going to go through options 1 through 10 of how we can read in our data. For a record limit, you can set this to some small value if you don't want to read in all of your data. So let's say I'm working with a really large file and I'm testing it and I have to run it over and over. That's where record limit holds its worth. File format. There are many formats that can be read. This one was automatically detected as CSV. Search subdirectory. You would check this box if you are trying to read in multiple files from multiple folders. To talk about that, we first need to talk about wildcarding. Let's say I want to read in these two files where the only difference is the day of the file name. I can actually delete out the day, insert an asterisk, and when I hit run, you'll notice that I've read both the second and the third into the workflow. So now, if I selected the search subdirectory and I hit run again, this would have read both of those as well as the archive data on the first. The next option is outputting file name as a field. You have two different options here, either the file name or the full path. I generally like to use the full path because what this does is this will output the full path into the workflow. I can edit this, and when I write the data, I don't have to hard code some new file name. I can use this, and it would be seamless. Whenever I change my input file, the logic will make it change accordingly. Delimiters, this was automatically set to a comma. However, if you need to, you can change this to any other character that you need. First row contains field names. So in this instance, it's auto-detected that I do have field names in my data. However, if yours does not, you can uncheck it and hit run, and you'll notice that now it's considering this first row as data and not a field name. For field length, it automatically sets it for 254 characters. However, if your data is longer than this, you can surely increase this value to something greater. Starting data import on line 1. So let's say I have a file like this, where my data doesn't start until row 4, and we have a bunch of extraneous information up here. You can change this to data import on line 4. Notice it's data, not header. And when I run, on line 3, which was my header, that is now the header here, and it started the data as row 1 on the data stream. Ignore delimiters. Let's say your data is reading very oddly, it's not working. You do have the option to change this to single quotes, auto, and none. If you select none, you may need to do some transformations in the workflow to get your data to be as you need it. And finally, treat read errors as warning. So let's say we have this file with a bad delimiter. If I hit run, it's not even going to let me read the data. There's too many fields in the first record. Well, what I can do, because I know maybe this data is not going to be perfect, I can check this box for read errors. And when I hit run, it will read the data. It will nullify this row because it had issue with it, but you will at least get the rest of the data as needed. So in this video, we went over the input data and the first 10 options. If you liked the video, please give a like on the video. Please comment with any questions, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.